I just saw this shot in a very reputable billiard publication. In the billiard publication, that person is a very good one-pocket player, and I'm surprised at the shot selection he chose here. He chose to shoot the 4 very hard into these balls and just force the cue ball forward up into here. And I choose, this is what I choose to just follow that. When you're banking into a bunch of balls that are grouped like this, just bank it straight into those balls and follow right behind it and stick to those balls. And you put your opponent in a trap. If I left him over here and knocked balls down here, he can knock them away, or if they left the rail, he could kick to this rail and back up underneath him and get out of the trap. So let's see if he can get out of this trap where I put him now. See, now you got him to where he can thin a ball and come down here, and you can thin him and go to the end rail. He's in a trap. If you stop the ball over here, you might have left him a bank. You can leave him an easy way out of the trap, just to clip this ball and come down to here. You know, he's got an easy way out of the trap. Or he could even take these balls out if he wanted to. But from here, he's got not much option from here. Let me show you one other. Stop the camera, and I'll show you one other situation. Take me a moment to set it up. I've seen this shot wrong all my life. This comes up all the time, this shot. This is my pocket right here. My opponent naturally has left this cue ball, left me here, which is normal standard play. Get the balls away from the guy's pocket, your opponent's pocket, and leave the cue ball close to his pocket with no way to put a ball into it. That's a normal safety play in one pocket, and my opponent made a good shot just to put the cue ball there. Doesn't go. It's lined up for down here. The 4 doesn't go. The 10 is lined up way too high. The 6 doesn't go. The 13-9 doesn't go. So all those balls are tied up, and you want to leave them that way. But if I was to, normally, the way I see this shot all the time is they bank this ball for this. They bank the 15. Their choice here is to bank the 15 for this pocket. And to bank it past the 12, you may hit the 8 ball and come over here. If you hit the perfect amount of the 8, yeah, you can make it, which would be a miracle. But you can't count on miracles. And you want to put people in traps. And I see a trap here that most people don't see. And the trap I see here is just hitting half the 15 ball on the right-hand side. Instead of banking it from my pocket, put the 15 ball over in here anywhere and put the cue ball back over this rail. If I get the cue ball back over this rail, my opponent's in a real tough spot to play safe. He can't get inside my pocket. If I bank the 15 to that pocket and let the cue ball come over here, he can shoot the 11 and knock everything away. He could cross the 7 and go to the end rail if he wanted to very easily. There's a lot of things he could do here if I bank the 15 for that pocket, because you're not getting the cue ball safe. So to get the cue ball safe, you want to leave them over here, snookered on those balls, snookered on the 8 ball against this rail the way he can't hit the 8 ball, make it very difficult for him to get safe. Side rail, nice and smooth and easy. When you're stroking off the rail, just keep the pump going back and forth. Don't hit any harder than the last warm-up stroke. Back and forth, nice and easy. Let it go forward. Get to that rail, don't let him see the 8. Okay, you can't see the 8 from there. From the 8 ball back to the 1, he's in a pretty tough spot here. Your opponent is in a pretty tough spot here to play safe. All he could hopefully do is center ball off the 8 ball, which doesn't do him anything, and try to go in here and miss the 8 and the 11. But if he hits the 8 at all, he's going to probably hit the high side 11 and sell out. And if the 11 had been just a little bit lower instead of here, if the 11 had been here, he'd had no option for a safety there. There's no option for a safety there. You know? So he'd have to take a scratch or something of the like. An intentional scratch and leave me tough, which would be like leave me long in here or long down here on the rail. But that's going to be a combination. Can he shoot off this ball and get safe? I don't see it. I don't see it. Any sure safety there. The only thing I think the opponent can do here is hit cross corner and try to get underneath the 1. That's the only out he has. And from 70 at 35 is the corner with 0 English, but from here it should be long and go right underneath the 1 and take a scratch. Take a scratch if you have to. That's all you would have to do here. That's all your choices have, is to take a scratch. Measure the distance from here to here and hit it with a true high ball and no English. And I'm coming right at the third diamond, which will be long because I'm shooting easy. It's going to be too long because I'm shooting easy. But we're going to see what happens when I shoot right at the third diamond. It's going to go too long. So I'm going to come about a ball and a half higher than that and allow for the easy action. And the cue ball is going to, the rail is going to grab this right center of the cue ball when it grabs it, when I hit it with no English, and it's going to put a little bit of left on it. The brake's going to grab it here, and it's going to cause the ball to spin left. Try to get underneath the one and take a scratch. Still sold out. So that's how good that shot was. That shot preceding that, that was a game-winning shot. The shot before that, I hit that just a little short. So I could have gone a little bit longer than the ball and a half, maybe a ball. But now I won because I did that. If I would have banked the 15 for this pocket, let me put the shot back. Okay. This is the normal shot. This is the normal selection I've seen all my life from everybody in the world. Bank the 15 towards this pocket, like that. Maybe shoot a little harder, whatever. But look what they left me. I shoot the 11, and I'm out of the trap. Shoot the 11, and again, you chase it. You follow the ball when you shoot the 11 here. But it's going to two-rail into the one ball. And you should get out of the trap if you get underneath it. So I could have shot it harder, and the 11 ball would have gone higher, but still he's got a double tough bank, and he's going to go upstairs. And you left him, that was the wrong shot, definitely, because I could have shot this 11 ball harder, knocked the one away, 11 ball goes there and upstairs. So remember that. Always walk up the other end of the table and decide, ask yourself on both sides of this bank what happens if you hit both sides. Sometimes you'll play the two-railer instead of the one-railer, even though the two-railer looks tougher for this pocket, because the two-railer is putting you behind a couple of balls over here, and the one-railer goes, but it doesn't put you behind any balls over here if it doesn't go, and it leaves the cue ball wide open to get out of the trap.